Hello and welcome to another video on the Rugby channel. My name is Andrew and I will be narrating today's video for you. Of course, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, click that notification button to be notified when we upload, like the video as well to help show your support, and make sure you comment as well. You can follow me on Instagram as well if you're interested, and yeah, without further ado, let's get into today's video. Hello and welcome back to another video on the Rugby channel. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about something completely different and a little bit of an interesting topic to us rugby fans. Today we are going to be discussing what a Northern Irish team could possibly look like, who would play for them, and yeah, what could they potentially look like with kit wise and logo wise. This is the logo that I've actually created. I went and got the original idea from the Northern Irish football team with the colour scheme and the sort of look to it, so I try and changed that as well and added the country little thing in the corner and the Northern Irish cross, I believe, into the other side of the shield, with obviously the cross on the background. Now, before we discuss any other thing, please, as long as you have read the start of the video, this is not generated for any hate or anything towards the Irish team. I understand that it was formed to unite the two countries together and to play sport together. So this video really isn't intended for any insults or any hate. It's literally just to see us rugby fans and see what a Northern Irish team would look like with player wise. Okay, now that has all been put aside, let's get into today's video. Okay, so first up we have our players. Obviously this took a long time to search because I had to do a lot of research finding the nationalities and who and where they were born. I am missing a few players for their positions, so please don't mention that in the comments either, as I already know this. I'm just going by what players I could actually find that would fit into the team, professionally anyway. Okay, so first up we have our props. Here we have Ross Kane, Kyle McCall and Andrew Warwick. Now obviously these three play for Ulster and yeah, are quite a good asset for their team as well, so this is actually quite a good prop selection so far for Northern Ireland. Okay, so next up we have our hookers. These are actually a really good selection as well for Northern Ireland if it did ever happen. We have Rory Best, which is currently the Irish captain, and we have John Andrew as well, who is also an Ulster man as well. So far 2 good hookers and 3 good props as well, so the Northern Irish team is looking quite good so far. Okay, so next up we have our second row. As I said, yes, I know, second row needs at least 2 players, but we can only find one that was professional for this team so far anyway. So we have Ian Henderson, who, yeah, is a very good player for Ireland and is a star man, to be honest. He is known throughout the rugby world, so that is a really good thing for Northern Ireland, and yeah, it would be a great asset for any team, and yeah, this team is looking quite good. Okay, so next up we have our flanker, who is Matthew Rhea, or Rhea. I'm not too sure how to pronounce Irish names or Northern Irish names for this instance, so I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Now, Matthew Rhea is also a Ulster man as well, as you can tell with this picture. I'm not too sure if he is a great player. I haven't really heard him mentioned in many Irish games before, but that's just me. As I'm a Welshman, I don't watch every Ireland game, so yeah, let me know in the comment section if he is actually any good. I couldn't find much about him, but yeah, I suppose the only good thing is he's professional, and yeah, that's how he makes his team. Okay, so next up we have our number 8, and we have got Roger Wilson, another Ulster man. Roger Wilson was actually born in Belfast, so he's Northern Ireland through and through. And once again, because he is a professional rugby player for Ulster, this is why he makes our team. We're not too entirely sure whether he is an amazing player, but as I said, at least he's professional. Okay, so next up we have our scrum half, who is Johnny Stewart. Johnny Stewart was actually born in Hillsborough in Northern Ireland, and yet again is also an Ulster man. He's a very young player at only 20 years old, and could potentially be a star for Ireland one day. But as of this video, a potential star for Northern Ireland. One key point was Northern Ireland seemed to struggle when it came to scrum halves. This was the only professional one I could actually find. If any of you guys know if there's any scrum halves that are Northern Ireland qualified, let me know in the comments. It's very interesting hearing about it. Okay, so next up we have fly half, and this might get a bit of hate from you all as we've selected Paddy Jackson, mainly because he has the experience and he's qualified in this role. I know Paddy Jackson was exiled from Ireland because of what he did, along with other players as well, but we're not going to look at that in this video. This is just all about rugby players and their qualities, and yeah, so that's why we've put Paddy Jackson in our fly half position. Okay, so next up we have our centres, and at our centres we have Will Addison, Chris Farrell, Darren Cave, Luke Marshall and Stuart McCloskey. Now, Northern Ireland centres are looking really good, and they don't really lack when it comes to this compartment either. There's some quality centres, all from Northern Ireland, and many of them ranging from Belfast, Hollywood, Bangor and Ballymena. Now, Will Addison is actually born in Penrith in England, but because he's Irish qualified and England is part of Britain, we're going to put him into this team, as Northern Ireland are also in Britain as well. I didn't do a background check, so I don't know whether his parents are qualified for other teams, so just forget that, please. Okay, so next up we have our wingers, and the wingers for Northern Ireland are looking pretty talented. We have Ireland's great Jacob Stockdale, Craig Gilroy and Rob Little. Now, Jacob Stockdale we don't really need to talk about because he's a great player for Ireland. We have Craig Gilroy, who's also a great player for Ireland as well, and Rob Little, who's also an Ulster man. So we have 3 great professional rugby players, all available for selection for Northern Ireland. And finally then, for our selection, we have fullbacks. Now again, just like the Paddy Jackson incident, we have Stuart Olding. Please don't leave any hate about this. We're only picking because of quality and professionalism. We're not doing anything else. We also have Peter Nelson, who's also a professional rugby player for Ulster. So yeah, going by all this selection, Northern Ireland are looking pretty decent with their players. Unfortunately, as I said, we're missing a few players for positions, but otherwise it looks pretty sturdy and pretty good. I mean, whether they'd make it in a Six Nations competition or something like that, that is a different discussion for a different day, but I reckon they'd definitely be able to make it in Tier 2. So let me know in the comments about that. Do you think a Northern Ireland team would be able to make it in the Six Nations? And realistically, where do you think they would actually finish if they were in the Six Nations instead of Italy or whatever? Okay, so next up I designed a little thing for this video, which was what a kit could look like if Northern Ireland were to separate. Now I added the white and red colours from the Northern Ireland flag for the home kit, and then we've also got a Northern Irish sponsor as well, and for the away kit then I went darker colours with the traditional red colouring in it. What do you all think of this kit? I mean, as a neutral fan, would you buy it? Does it look good? Let me know. And without further ado, that is going to be the end of today's video. Make sure you leave a like and show your support for this. A lot of effort went into it, finding all the players that would actually be Northern Ireland qualified. Comment, let me know your opinions as well. Please don't leave any hate. As I said, it's only an experiment to see, as a neutral rugby fan, what a Northern Ireland team would look like. Any abuse or rivalry towards this video in the comment section, your comment will be removed and you will be banned from the channel, as we don't tolerate that. And I have also warned you that this was just a video for fun. So anyway, moving away from that, make sure you like the video, comment. If you're new as well to the channel or you haven't already, please make sure you go ahead and subscribe and click the notification button. It helps the channel grow and it helps show your appreciation to it as well. It's great hearing from you all, and the channel is getting so much support from you all as well, and it's just such a great thing to be doing for you all. I love the fact that my videos are entertaining you, and yeah, it means the world. So yeah, comment, subscribe, like, and I will see you in another video.